Big updates for you from Fabrizio Romano, Fabrice Hawkins at Times. We're looking at Olise to Chelsea. Big moves in the Mbappe situation as well. Hojlund updates and breaking news regarding Harry Kane. Stay with the Terrace. Hit the like button now. Get ready to leave your opinions in the comment section below. Let's jump into this right now with Fabrizio Romano.
On the situation of one of the biggest deals of the summer, Rasmus Hojlund. What's going on? So guys, if you are following me, my channel, you know that 10 days ago I told you PSG are also interested in Rasmus Hojlund. I told you they're having conversations, they never sent a bid. So let me clarify something, because I saw a lot of surprise around the recent reports from France about Paris Saint-Germain and Hojlund. This is not new. Paris Saint-Germain are speaking to Hojlund's camp since more than 10 days.
So this kind of debunks straight away the idea that Man United are the only club looking at Rasmus Hojlund.
15 days, having conversations, being informed on the situation. So PSG are very well informed on Rasmus Hojlund. And this is why I told you in a video a few days ago, Manchester United want to act fast to avoid any hijack on Hojlund. And this remains the plan. First of all, Man United are ahead in the race because they have an agreement with Rasmus Hojlund. There is an agreement with Hojlund and with his agents on the contract.
So personal terms agreed. I think this has been clarified many times. It's good to see Fabrizio confirm this, like in person, speak it. That's positive news for Man United.
So personal terms are agreed. Hojlund said yes to the proposal, and Man United have the contract ready for Hojlund. And this is an important step. So this is why Man United are ahead in the race. And also, feeling of sources is that, of course, PSG is in the race and is an important club, and they're still trying. But it's crucial to say that the priority on player side is understood to be Manchester United.
And look, I'm going to have the same energy here that I've spoken about with Chelsea and their Caicedo approach, Arsenal and their Declan Rice approach. Get out the water now. Get it done, Man United. I know the Harry Kane stuff has reared its head, and we're going to touch on that more in this video and later on today on the Top 6 show, because I want to get more of a group opinion on this. Hojlund is class. This kid is going to be a star, in my opinion. A star, in my opinion. He moves me. Great strength, great technical ability, and there's a finisher in there. The price Man United are getting him for now in the summer of 2023 is going to be impossible in 2024, 25, 26. He'll be double at least in the next couple of years. So they've got to get the deal done. Plus, PSG can attract people. They've got money, they've got resource, guaranteed to win league titles. They always typically do well in the Champions League. They haven't won it, but they do well. So they're a big Champions League team. United need to act quick and get this deal done and dusted and over that line. As Fabrizio kind of tweeted about yesterday, it's expected to happen. It's expected to happen soon as well. So let's keep an eye out for that bid in the coming days, weeks, and months. Comments in the section below now, people. Now, I wanted to touch as well on the Mbappe situation. We're going to come back to Fabrizio Romano in a bit. The reason I bring up the Mbappe situation is every time you mention Chelsea, every time you mention Arsenal, every time you mention Man United, I mean, Tottenham have been connected to him as well, and their approach for him, it seems to trigger people. It's clickbait. It's lies. It's nonsense. They're not interested. They can't get it done. And I really feel this is a reflection of, I don't want to get my hopes up. I'd rather say it's a lie. I'd rather say it's fake news. I would rather say it can't happen and dismiss it as opposed to entertaining it. And I understand that. I understand that it's not really the football terrace community. It's not you guys. I know it's a lot of people outside of it. But for me, that's not how I operate. I look at it very much along the lines of, I want my club interested. I hope we're one of these 5 clubs that have contacted PSG this weekend about signing Kylian Mbappe. I hope that we are. I hope that we're keeping tabs on it. I hope that we're talking to the player's representation. I hope we're trying to turn his head. You don't know what's going to happen with Real Madrid and their pursuit of him. You don't know. Anything could happen that could stop that deal from progressing. And imagine you're not there ready to pounce. Crazy. In my humble opinion, that is crazy. I believe Arsenal, I believe Chelsea, I believe Man United are amongst the clubs monitoring and talking to PSG. 110% I do. Now, I know a lot, again, like I've said, a lot of fans from those clubs, I don't even want to be linked, bro. I don't want the rejection. I don't want to be laughed at. I don't want to be teased if he says no to us. I'd rather be in the race than out of it. I'd rather be within a chance. But as this, by the way, until he signs for a new club or signs a new deal at PSG, this news is not going to stop. And it isn't going to stop because the clubs are really trying to make progress here. That information is going to leak out, especially from Paris Saint-Germain, because they want a bidding war. They want to raise as much money as possible. So you are going to keep seeing updates on this news. And Real Madrid might close this off quickly and get it done and dusted. They may, especially if they can get him for 80 to 90 million pounds. But this news is going to continue and rumble on now for many days and weeks up until the end of this transfer window, unless a deal is done quickly with Real Madrid. And we will, of course, keep you posted every step of the way. Now, I want to go back to Fabrizio Romano and look at the situation with Olise to Chelsea. We know City are interested as well. Got a big update from Fabrice Hawkins on that. So Chelsea fans, stay with us. But let's take a little listen here to what Fabrizio has had to say.
Are looking at many options on the market. Olise is one of the players in the list and appreciated by Manchester City and Chelsea. Both clubs keeping an eye on the player. There is a release clause into his contract at Crystal Palace. This is why it's a very attractive situation to many clubs. But there is also a problem that he had an injury a few weeks ago. So all the clubs are waiting to understand how long it takes for Olise to be back on the pitch. But the interest is there. Let's see if Chelsea, if Man City will decide to go pay and try to keep the player. But at the moment, it also depends on the injury. So let's see what happens around Michael Olise, one of the players being followed by Chelsea and Manchester City.
Very interesting update there. The injury we get, you want to assess it. You don't want to start putting bids in, especially if he can't even pass a medical. If he's got a bad injury now, he won't pass the medical. Insurance won't sign off on it. Deal won't get done. So they've got to assess it. 35 million. Spoke about it last night on the live edition of the Done Deal show. It's ridiculous value for money. When you consider Man United paid 80 million pounds for Anthony, I think Olise's as good. I think he's as good. You know, look how much money Mahalo Mudryk cost. I think Olise is as good. 21 years old, tremendous talent. But Chelsea seem to be leading this race. And that's the update, according here to Fabrice Hawkins. Now, Fabrice Hawkins doesn't have the following that he deserves. This man is an impeccable sports journalist, has great contacts. And what I love about him, he is sporadic with his news because he only talks about things that he knows about. He doesn't tweet about 110 different transfers per day. He's not involved in every club's business and he doesn't have an opinion on everything going on in football. He's very kind of pinpoint. That's why I like and trust this guy so much. And he says that Chelsea have made an offer for less than 45 million euros to Crystal Palace for the player. The player is given the green light on the move. When you delve into that story in a little bit more detail, he's agreed personal terms with Chelsea, or at least the preliminary outline of personal terms. Squad status, what his position will be, is him within the squad, is he seen as a first teamer, back up to the first team, one of the main 13, 14 players being used, the outline of what they would be prepared to pay him. He's given the green light to Chelsea right now. And this is a move that could be very, what I would call quite left field, because if you go back just a week ago, there wasn't really there'd probably be Chelsea fans in group chat saying it, but I don't remember seeing any prominent Chelsea fans online, Chelsea pundits on TalkSport, Sky BT, or TNT now, talking about this deal, saying we need to go and get a leak. No one was talking about it. People rate him, and I'm one of them. Even when I was looking at City, going, who can they bring in on the right? He wasn't a player that was at the top of my mind. But when I saw the news yesterday, it was almost, how did I forget about this guy? I rate him. I like him. This is the big piece of business for Chelsea if they pull it off. Now, everyone knows what I think about Chelsea. I believe they need some slightly older players in this team and in this squad. I do believe that. I'm not going to suddenly change my stance. But it doesn't mean I won't praise the individual signing of a player like Olise if they pull it off, because he is class. Remember, people, hit like buttons, subscribe, leave your comments, opinions, thoughts, and feelings below. Bayern Munich will return this week with a new bid for Harry Kane. It says here, this is from the Times, who state that Tottenham are now ready to sell the striker for around 100 million if he doesn't sign a new contract. And as I've said, on the Top 6 show, 6 p.m. tonight, make sure you're all back for it. We're going to delve into this Kane situation in more detail, because for me, we're starting to now see exactly what I predicted. Not because I'm a genius, not because I understand, because I had inside information. I'm not that arrogant. I just said what I thought was good business. By the way, Daniel Levy and Enoch, I don't think they run the club. They do run Tottenham well for their own agenda. They are looking to make as much money out of the club as possible in the short, medium, and long term. They run it impeccably from that point of view. They don't run it as a football club first. They run it as a business first, and that's fair enough. Based on them being good business people, it makes no sense for him to run his contract down and leave for free. Because there is no upside, barring winning the Premier League this year, that would generate enough money to counterbalance, to offset losing Kane for free. So we're now starting to see the scenario change. Bayern Munich set to return again with another bid. It would be a third bid for the player. And there is a lot of talk and rumors that Kane's wife has been over in Germany looking at properties, looking at schools, the idea of moving. And by the way, a lot of people say they don't want to move abroad. It may not be first choice for them. But Germany's only a couple of hours on an aeroplane. When you're this rich and playing for a club like Bayern Munich, oh, when a family around, they'll fly half their family out there. Half the family work for the Kane enterprise. You know, they're in a circle and are not doing a 9-to-5 job in Asda's. They're with them. They'll move. It's only Germany. It's only Germany. You know, you're not talking about moving to Timbuktu. But let's keep an eye on this deal in the next few days. Big discussion tonight on the Top 6 show about this. Listen, everyone who's tuned in, I want to say thank you. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the Football Terrace as well and turn those bell notifications on. Take care. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll see you all again soon. Peace.